Today on Dirt Road Cred Jeep News, we are talking more about the 2026 Wrangler. In our most recent video, it was released, but kinda. Now that we can confirm it is available to order on the back end, we will tell you today all about our thoughts on the Wrangler, as well as why Jeep is not really talking about it. Those two brand new colors have been confirmed, but they come with a bit of a caveat. Stay tuned to the end of the video where we will talk about those, and then some of our personal opinions on the 2026 Wrangler, and what we're doing here as a channel on Dirt Road Cred. Well guys, let's break it down, because as the 2026 Wrangler is being released, we are trying to update you guys as much as possible on YouTube, not only for your purposes, but also because we are avidly trying to order a 2026 Wrangler and just want to make sure that we're ordering the right one, getting the right trim, and most importantly, the right color for our next build. Now on the 2026 Wrangler, like I said, it is available to order with some caveats on there. The biggest and most probably in your face is the fact that there is no pricing available yet. That is as of today filming. We are at Saturday, August 2nd, and there is no pricing available on that. I talked to Anthony down at Sands Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and he said to me he normally expects it about 2 weeks after the launch date to have pricing available, and he personally said he thinks a lot of what Ford is doing with the Bronco pricing is going to affect what Jeep does with the Wrangler pricing. If you guys aren't aware, Ford Bronco has lowered pricing on all of theirs, and I think Jeep might be watching that closely and thinking they probably need to do something with theirs as well. 2025s have been seeing employee pricing, all sorts of crazy incentives, so I do think the 26 should come down a little bit. It's just how low will it go, and then also will the pricing be something that we're comfortable with ordering a brand new one. He sent us a PDF order guide of like 30 pages. We are trying to skim through it to see what has changed, what's new, and as of right now, there's still no 4xe and there's still no 392. We do expect both of those to come back out, but it has not been confirmed with either or. The cool thing though that has been confirmed is what I have been waiting for, Ryan has been waiting for, is that the Purple Rain and the new color Goldilocks have been confirmed. They say late availability on both of them, which in our personal experience comes at the end of Q3, beginning of Q4. So we were actually out at the Detroit Auto Show and got to check out Purple Rain in person. And that was the end of September, and that color had only been available for a little bit of time, and then immediately after our video went live, it was gone. That one, unfortunately, you didn't even have a chance to see what it looked like before you ordered it, unless you watched our video. So do we think that this is gonna come at the same time frame? I would imagine so. I'd imagine it's probably a limited run, probably September time frame, hopefully sooner because I'd like to order one. But the Purple Rain, we do know what that's gonna look like. We know what the color code is. We've seen that. Ryan, you can probably, I'm sure, pull up some clips from the Detroit Auto Show a few years back. Biggest difference is I think that'll look really cool with the new 2024 style grille. Some of the updates on the exterior, no antenna. And then on the inside, I think that'll be neat to see kind of that interior roll cage with the new Rubicon X seats, with the leather seats in there. So I'm a huge fan of that color, and I do think it looks fantastic on a Jeep. But the one I am most excited about is Goldilocks. That is something, it's so ironic. If you guys haven't watched our last video, I had pulled up that color scheme from a 2014 JK Rubicon Hard Rock, and I was like, man, that color honestly probably looks a little bit better than Inca Gold. It's an actual amber crystal metallic from Chrysler, so it's a deeper gold amber with a lot of flake into it. And man, I will tell you guys, when that becomes available, as long as the pricing looks good, I'm probably going to place an order for one. If you guys aren't aware, I don't have a Jeep currently, so we have the 41, we have the Juice, and then Ryan's two-door, but we don't have one that I'm kind of personally owning, and I'm thinking that's going to be the ticket. I'm looking at it in basically a Sport or a Willys, depending on what you guys would like to see on a build, but I don't know. I think Goldilocks is the ticket. That's going to be late availability as well, but I am hoping that one comes first. I'm just kind of greedy. I'm like, I think that color will sell very well. I think the gold is what people have been waiting for. I know I've been waiting for it for a long time. And I'm curious though, Ryan, remember the photo we got a few years back of that 392 in Moab? That might not have been Inca. That gold, I think that was amped. I think that could have been Goldilocks out there.
Could have been. Yeah.
It looked a little bit darker than Inca.
It had a shine to it.
And it had a ton of flake into it.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see if we can pull up that clip, because that was at Moab. One of our buddies, Mario, sent us some photos of it again.
Was Inca flat? Was that a
Inca
flat?
Was a flake color, but it was more of a fine flake. It was like a pewter gold, you know, a real like spray can kind of gold. The Inca, or the amped, was more of a dark amber mixed with gold. I think that could have...
That could have been it. That's cool.
That was a cool looking Jeep,
That's
man.
cool.
And that had half doors on it too, which they don't make now, I guess, again. But that gave me some ideas, and man, did that look good with the red. That color with the red looks
The red-
really
red
good.
seat-
Red
red
seat, that had the red seats in it too. Maybe they'll do like an Amp JK or an Amp JL 392 or something really crazy. Make it gold, make it heavy horsepower. I don't know. So those have been confirmed late availability. We will update as soon as they're available to order because we will be ordering one of them. And then also, the next thing we kind of like to talk about too, which is very concerning for us, is that Jeep is not really promoting the fact that the 2026 Wrangler is available. It almost seems like they are waiting for us to just make some content, so that way it's just free advertising for them, because if you guys didn't know this already, Jeep doesn't pay us a dime. So there it is, right? You know, we're not getting these free Wranglers in and modifying
but is it
them.
true that it's not on the website yet?
Yeah. Okay, let me get this cat out of the bag after we talk. We're going to get this out of the bag first, because everyone's like, it's not on the website, Matt. You absolute liar. Also, Fathom Blue's on the website, but my dealer said I can't order it. So the website, the way it works, Jeep.com, you can still build out a 24 and a 25 with all of the colors that were available. It is so you can find one at your local dealer or one that is being built. That is the only reason. So if you see Fathom Blue on a 25, you can build it out, price and all that stuff. It is just so you can find it at the local dealer so their computer systems work. I don't think I have to repeat it again.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
So the reason you're not seeing a 26 Wrangler available is more than likely because they don't have pricing yet. They don't know what pricing is going to look like. And then also there's none at the dealer or being built. So why build out a 26 when you can't do anything with it? Once pricing is available, I'd imagine it will come very soon afterwards.
Plus, they're probably finishing the stock on the lot.
They are. Yeah, they're finishing the 25s. They're trying to get those gone. And Anthony said he placed some orders for them for 25s, and they cut a bunch of them right at the time the 26 was coming out. So they're probably going to be like, clean up the 25 inventory. Let's get the 26s to slowly roll out. But personally, I think we're not hearing about it because they've done more of like a soft launch of it. This isn't a hard launch of it. We don't know pricing yet. We have some colors, but there's no marketing on it. And then also, Ryan just brought up a good point, is they're really pushing the 25 Wrangler in the Jurassic World movie, the Jurassic World Rebirth. They're using that Mojito in a ton of advertisements, and I gotta say they nailed those out of the park. It's really cool to see that Mojito. That's a bright, vibrant color, and there's one where the guy is driving around in the Jurassic World and getting all the dinosaurs all over it. So really cool to see that. I personally wish it would have been a gold Jeep with the red stripes, like the 90s YJs that were in the original Jurassic Parks. Those were badass, and everyone tries to replicate one. So, I don't know, maybe Jeep do a Jurassic World edition, because I didn't even bring this up. I got one of those, the Badge of Honors. So we'll pull up the clip. That was available for like 10 minutes. Everyone swarmed the website. We'll see when it comes in, but I did get one of those, and we'll be able to put it on a Jeep. But either way, I don't think they've done a full rollout of them because they are waiting for what comes in the future. Now
they could be like starting the production on it.
True.
And then they might need one for marketing.
Right.
So.
And then they could accidentally ship that to a wrong dealer.
Yeah. So I think this month is the building part and the promotional part that they're starting to generate for that next quarter, or the time of year that is the time to launch this.
Yes. So there's probably a lot of pizza parties. There's a lot of circling back. There's a lot of let's take this offline kind of thing going on right now. Versus Dirt Road Cred team, if we had an amped or a Goldilocks and a Purple Rain built, we'd already have 20 walk around videos of it. So either way, we will let you guys know, and we will be the marketing for them and let you know when those colors are available. But I also do think it's because not everything has been released. The Gladiator, heard nothing about. I think that's going to be way pushed off if we see even any changes on it. The 4xe,
I think that's where they're.
I think they're working on it.
Yeah.
They've been playing with that thing. We haven't seen the 4xe Gladiator, which was confirmed by the old CEO. He was talking about it on a post. We haven't seen anything about it, and I know we said about this in the last video. I think we're going to see a change in the battery style, and they were rumoring level 3 charging, so faster charging when you're using those big boy chargers at like the rest stops and stuff. You'll be able to charge it up quicker. And then I would hope they're just working out all the quirks, because there were a lot of little quirks with the 4xes, and I know a lot of people have bought them and not been as thrilled with them. We've been hearing all sorts of stuff, and I don't want to hate on the 4xe, but we're going to actually have a video that we're filming right after this. It'll go out, and what it would take for us to personally purchase a Jeep Wrangler 4xe. So that'll be a more in-depth video about what we like about it, what we don't, and kind of getting into it. But the other thing is, too, no 392. yet. I'm curious about that. I'm very curious if they're going to do it. I think that they did a lot of rug pulling with the final editions, and I don't know what they're going to have to do that can make it that special. I think the gold would be neat if they would do like some sort of trim with it. The purple rain looks really cool, but the sad part is all the other colors are already available. So really, you could get a purple 392 back in 2022. You could pick one up. The only color you couldn't get would have been the 41, which you can get last year, and then Goldilocks. So what are they going to do with it to really make it worth or more valuable to someone? We'll have to kind of wait and see, but that's why it's more of a soft launch right now. So I guess the real meat of this, let's talk about like what our thoughts are. But before we get too far in this video, we wanted to give a huge shout out to our channel sponsor, Onyx Off-Road, and thank them for sponsoring this video. Onyx Off-Road has been the premier off-road mapping solution for off-roaders, trail seekers, as well as even hunters alike on their Onyx hunting app. Now what we love about Onyx Off-Road is the ability to search and map out trails when you're in a random area or barely have any cell service. You're able to save those maps to use offline. It is both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible, and they have some new features, including dispersed camping, where you can actually find camping locations that are legal for you to stay overnight. This is some really cool stuff by Onyx Off-Road, and we wanted to give them a shout out, as well as utilize a little coupon code that we'll leave down below so you can save some coin on your subscription. Before we get into our opinions about the 2026 Wrangler, I just got to bring something up to you because it really irritated me. And I want to say I was going to post it on our story because I was just that absolutely livid with it. I saw a video from a foreign country. I believe it was Jeep India or Jeep somewhere over in that area. They released a 41 edition Wrangler. And get this guys, a non-4xe 41 edition in another country. So the USA, which designed, built, used the Jeep in World War II, 41 was the year that it was designed and the place where it was in the battlefield, but it came from the USA. We only get the 4xe edition. Now another country, they get a really cool advertisement in the background. They get a dude driving an old Willys MB. They get a 41 edition without the 4xe, and this isn't even in the USA. So I am that irritated off of this, and I don't want to get into it too bad because I was going to post a story about it on our channel, but it just ticked me off that bad to see advertisements, to see all of this rumbling happening. Now, the thing is not exactly the same as our 41. It had the same wheels. It didn't have the same fenders because overseas they have different fender flare laws. And then it also said Rubicon in red on the hood, but it was a 41 edition without the 4xe. Who would have thunk that? How could you design that? But talking about that is like, are they still doing the same old stuff? Because this is like, I saw this video like a day ago.
Yeah.
So have they decided that they want to become this cool brand again and actually care about the US audience? Or they're just like, whatever, give them whatever, they'll just buy it. So that one irritated me. And I gotta be honest, it's like a love-hate relationship with Jeep. I've never been this kind of feeling about them.
We're wrapped up then too with the channel.
Yeah, it's just like, what are we doing, guys? And then I look at this Jeep right next door and I'm like, it doesn't take much. If I had the factory capabilities of this, I would have pumped out a few thousand that look just like this, with the catskin leather, with it set up just like this and a tan top. I'm just not sure what's going on, and I think someone needs to pick up the pieces. But it seems like I keep saying that, and it's just like, oh, here's a 41 edition in a regular gas engine for overseas. Probably a diesel yet. Maybe they have a diesel over there for them too. Maybe they put a Cummins into it, or like maybe they put like a Hellcat under the hood, and they're just like, here you go, guys, here you go. Yeah, don't US, leave them behind. But personally, we're waiting to see what the 26. If they tick us off with pricing, I'm just gonna find a used 24 or 25 left over, and we're just gonna build something cool until they decide to really make something worth a change. And it's hard because we're a channel that focuses on Jeep, but we're now 8 years into the JL, the 2026 model year. It's coming on that new model, and I just don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know when it's coming. I'm sure they're working on it, and I'm sure the engineers, hopefully they're watching these videos, but I think we're just going to wait a little bit, unless the pricing's that dang good.
I don't really blame the engineers at all.
No, they're being told, like, I mean, they have jobs.
Yeah.
They have to maintain their jobs, and they can't just go into a big corporate meeting and go like, hey, wait a second, fellas.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to do this in a non-gas engine. Hey, you keep it down back there kind of thing.
We need a new lunatic fringe. Like,
yeah. Like, where are you? Where are you? Yeah, come on. Like, we're waiting.
Yeah.
We're waiting. We'll build them if you want us to. Like, we'll come out to Jeep and sit in the corporate meeting. They would never let us. They're like, put us up on the wall. Not allowed. No entry.
Yeah.
But I think, I think you hit it on there. We need the lunatic fringe. And what's so messed up about them is that they actually invested their own money to build the Rubicon. They were investing their own personal money to a multi-billion-dollar corporation to build a Jeep that they knew would sell. And then Jeep was probably like, oh, yeah, well, that did pretty well. Yeah, we did most of that. Yeah. What do they get for it? What do you think their reward was for designing that?
Pizza party.
Pizza party. Pizza party, yeah. But I think we need the next lunatic fringe. I'm hoping it's coming. I hope all of these words, you can mark my words and it's all like, bam, it's changed. But right now, it's, I think, Ryan, you could cue up that video of the bottle of nothing sauce, because I think the 2026 right now is just a bit of that. And for us, we're going to hold off a little bit. We're going to wait. We're going to see what happens with it. We're going to see what pricing. And then when that new color does come out, I think we have some big plans with that. But it just all has to come together right for us. And I'm not saying for anyone that's looking for a new model year to not pick one up. But to go from a 25 to a 26, if you can get a more advantageous deal on a 25, I would say go for it.
There's not much difference.
There's not much difference. You know, the colors are not here yet. Unless you want those colors, then you're going to wait a little bit. But until right now, we don't really know what else is coming. And as soon as we do, we're going to let you guys know. But I don't know. Either way, let us know down below your thoughts on this, on the 2026 Wrangler. What do you think Jeep needs to do to really get themselves out of this hole? Because I thought they were crawling out of it, and then I see these dang posts from overseas, and I'm like, really, guys? You know, I think that's like halfway there, and maybe they're just getting some things out. Maybe they're just like, oh, like let's give this to another country. I'm not saying they shouldn't, and that's what I want to reiterate is I'm not saying other countries shouldn't get these cool trim models, but it's like, why? Yeah, why do we get the 4xe, you know? So either way, I think this will be a fun one. Let us know down below in the comments. Are you interested in a 2026 Wrangler? What do you think the price point needs to be? I know everyone's going to say 20 grand, 25 grand. It's not going to happen. But how much lower than the current model year would you have to be interested in, or what color would you be interested in? Because I think the Amped and the Purple are going to be great color options, but is it going to be enough to make you sway to that? And also, what's going on with those the toolless door hinges too? I have to see that in person. So as soon as we can see more about that, maybe we'll show you some content as soon as we can get our hands on one and really see what that entails, because I do think that would be interesting as well. But either way, as we wrap this one up, if you guys are going to be at the Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, we will have our 41 two-door in the Distinction Applied booth. We will have merch for sale, and we have all of our high-power floor light kits. So if you guys have not picked up a set of our high-power floor light kits, definitely check them out. They have been flying off the shelves here, and we're just so excited to be able to bring an awesome product that we are actually building right next door here in the USA. So super cool stuff, and if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I'll give a shameless plug to our own products all the time. We're going to close this one out. For anyone staying this long in the video, this will be a little bit for you guys. So today is our 3-year anniversary of being on YouTube as our own channel. And Ryan just brought it up. He made a really cool post about it. And I would say there's something that I've been thinking about, you know, having this 3-year anniversary, is that if you guys are sitting at home wondering, can I start a YouTube channel? Can I start my own business? Can I start my own contracting company? I want to be a professional painter. I want to try it. Give it a shot. The worst possible outcome is to be in your current situation. That is the worst outcome. If we would have started Dirt Road Cred and it fell on its head miserably in the first few years, our worst outcome, or the most scary outcome, was just to go back to our day job, which we were doing already. So if that is your most fear, is to lose, to be disappointed, to be looked down by your peers, your so-called friends, when you're building something on your own, I would say, from Ryan and I personally, go out and give it a shot. 3 years on YouTube has been probably the most life-changing experience we've had. When we started this channel, we were basically given a split-second decision of stay in corporate America or go and take a chance on yourself. I had a 6-month-old baby at home at the time. Ryan and I looked at each other and said, we are not gonna be good with ourselves or feel good as men, as people, as humans if we give up on this chance before we even see what happened with it. So we can one day, if you guys see us, go over that with a beer, but all we want to say is we are 3 years into it. We wanted to thank everyone who has made every bit of this possible. And if you guys have a dream, take a chance on it. That's all we have to say. Take a dang chance on it, and you never know what'll happen. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Ryan's behind the camera. I'm here talking to you 3 years later, and we want you to get out there and earn yours.